Right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Track and snowfall. We're going to get a little bit Friday night and even more in the 7-day forecast. I'll tell you when.
His act of road rage turned deadly. Now he's headed to prison. Tonight, the victim's family is overjoyed.
I'm glad he was found guilty. I'm glad he's getting time and not just a probation.
Our top story, a woman kidnapped at gunpoint while pumping gas and forced to perform a sexual act.
And the stuff that now she's going to have to live with the rest of her life is stuff that we never want to see.
Tonight, we have dash cam footage of the crash ending in a police pursuit and the suspect's arrest.
The disturbing crime happened just minutes after midnight on New Year's Day. Good evening. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. St. Anne police say the suspect forced his way inside the victim's car at the Circle K gas station along a busy stretch of St. Charles Rock Road. 5 on your side's Brent Solomon is just back from sitting down with the police chief. Brent.
Well, the chief tells me it was a horrible start to 2024. His officers quickly springing into action after getting a word that a man forced a woman to perform oral sex and then took off in her car. It's a police pursuit that comes to a crashing in.
And he hits the guardrail, bounces all the way across over to the median. He wasn't able to get out of the car when we took him into custody.
St. Anne Police Chief Aaron Jimenez is talking about this guy, DeJuan Grimm of St. Louis. They say it all started just after midnight on New Year's Day here at the Circle K on St. Charles Rock Road in Cypress. A 23-year-old woman was pumping gas.
He points a black in color firearm at her discreetly, tells her he needs a ride, get in the car, and he's gonna have her take him somewhere.
Moments later,
it makes her perform oral sex on him.
Investigators tell me the victim then somehow convinced the bad guy to make a quick stop at a nearby restaurant, not knowing she was plotting her next move.
He says, "Can I get your number?" She says, "Yeah, but I don't have anything to write with. Why don't we go down the street? You can, go with me."
That's when she bolted and called 911. When police got there, they say Grimm took off in the victim's car. About an hour later, flock cameras track him back at the Circle K. St. Anne police weren't letting him get away. Watch how he takes off, heading onto the interstate before crashing at Jennings Station Road. Pursuit over.
I hope this guy, never sees the light of day.
Now, last summer, the suspect was charged with unlawfully having a gun. Tonight, you can add to that robbery, kidnapping, sodomy, armed criminal action, and resisting arrest. All felonies. He's due in court Monday.
Developing tonight, Interstate 270 is back open near the Chain of Rocks Bridge. The eastbound lanes were shut down for a couple of hours tonight after police pursuit ended with a crash on the Illinois side of the bridge. St. Louis County Police say officers were pursuing an SUV wanted in connection with a homicide in the area. The SUV crashed into another car on the bridge. No one was hurt. The suspect was taken into custody.
Nothing to see. Nothing to see.
Tonight, a driver is in jail after a wild scene in Lime. Viewer Chris Getz shot this video of a slow-speed pursuit on South Broadway today. It shows officers in front and behind a car with 4 flat tires. St. Louis police confirmed detectives deployed spike strips while pursuing a stolen car. This all came to an end about 5 miles away near Chippewa. A 30-year-old man was arrested. It was an emotional day for a St. Charles County man.
He was in court today when one of the men charged in a road rage incident that killed his wife was sentenced. New tonight, Robert Townsend talked with that husband as he walked out of the courthouse.
It was a day Roy Cotner had waited to see for nearly 2 years. Sentencing day for Joseph Faupol, the Troy, Missouri man charged in a road rage incident that killed Cotner's childhood sweetheart and 69-year-old wife, Patricia.
That was my friend, I stuck up for her. She stuck up for me.
On March 29, 2022, the Cotners were on Highway 61 at Route W, heading home to Moscow Mills. Witnesses told police Joseph Faupol tried to pass Daniel Leffler's car on the highway, but he couldn't because Leffler sped up. Prosecutors say the two men touched off a road rage incident that caused Faupel to hit Leffler's car, which pushed him into the Codner's Honda. The couple's car left the highway, hit a telephone pole, and flipped several times. Patricia, a passenger in their car, was killed.
They purposely did what they did.
The Codners were married for 3 years. Roy now walks with a limp as a result of the crash.
It comes and goes, I don't do much of anything anymore.
Ron Brockmeyer, Faupel's lawyer, called the road rage incident, quote, a negligent and stupid accident, but not intentional. Brockmeyer asked the judge to place his client on probation. But during the 30-minute hearing, the judge handed Faupel the maximum sentence, 5 years in prison for involuntary manslaughter. That will run simultaneously with a 4-year sentence for second-degree assault.
I'm glad he was found guilty. I'm glad he's getting time and not just a probation.
Regina Armstrong, the couple's daughter, now lives in Arizona.
We feel that justice has been served, and we are extremely happy.
Faupel apologized to the Codners. Leffler, the other driver, returns to court next month.
So I'll be there for that too.
Robert Townsend, 5-year side.
Tonight, 2 men now face charges for a brutal attack and leaving a man for dead outside a North St. Louis gas station. Nathan Ken and Brandon Leachman are both charged with assault and robbery. The attack happened outside the Crown Mart at Jefferson and Delmar on New Year's Day. According to court documents, the 2 men admitted to the crime and showed police cell phone video of them kicking and taunting the victim, who was on the ground unconscious and bleeding. They also admitted to stealing his wallet to buy cigarettes and beer. The victim is still recovering in the hospital tonight.
Tonight, a Metro East pastor says he is blessed to be alive after crashing his car into a Metrolink train.
The angels protected me. My brakes went out in my car. I couldn't stop.
The crash happened near the Emerson Park Station in East St. Louis. Pastor Solomon Butler of Union Full Baptist Church credits divine intervention for walking away from his wrecked car without a scratch on him.
I didn't think I was going to make it, but God's hands was on me. I just closed my eyes and said, Lord, I made it to 2024 and hit the train. There's nothing I could do. I give God the glory that he let me live and be here to tell the story.
None of the 10 people on the train were hurt. Metrolink was shut down in the area for about an hour, but is back up and running tonight.
Tonight, investigations are underway after several state capitol buildings across the country were forced to evacuate due to bomb threats. Both the Illinois State House in Springfield and the Missouri Capitol in Jefferson City also received threats this morning, but there were no evacuations. The Illinois Secretary of State Police did a sweep of the building out of a precaution. The Missouri Department of Public Safety deemed that the threat was not credible. Tonight, the first day of the legislative session in Jefferson City has wrapped up.
Both the Missouri House and Senate turned the calendar on the new year, but couldn't manage to turn the page on old fights. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, found election year tension building at the start of an election year.
Some Republicans are determined to pass school choice, sending public dollars to private schools. Some Republicans are pushing to deny pro-choice momentum, or at least defend against it, making it harder to change the Constitution to legalize abortion. But on day one of the 2024 session, renewed signs that both pushes could still stall in a splintered Senate.
Political experts and onlookers don't think this session is going to amount to much.
Senate Republican leader Caleb Rowden addressed dissension in his party's ranks as he tried to rally them around school choice.
Children stuck in failing schools and their parents need for us to prove the experts wrong.
But that dissension reared its head moments later.
The time for statesmanship is over.
A newly formed Freedom Caucus blasted Republican leaders for squandering supermajorities.
We are literally upholding the Democrat platform year after year and spinning us into oblivion.
How divided are Senate Republicans right now?
Probably no more so than we've ever been.
Those divisions ran deep before the Conservative Caucus disbanded. Now they're back together under a different name.
Now they're just more formal and actually have support and training from a national group, which makes it a little bit more intense, to be honest with you.
House Minority Leader Crystal Quaid hopes the GOP stays divided long enough for voters to build momentum behind a pro-choice ballot question to legalize abortion.
I trust voters, and that's the difference between me and my counterparts on the other side of the aisle. I trust them to have a voice and to know what's best for them. That's why I want this to go to a vote of the people, while you see Republicans trying to stifle this every step of the way.
Do you want to see an abortion question of some kind on the ballot. Do you want the voting public to weigh in on this issue?
I mean, I don't know that I have an opinion about wanting or not wanting. I think the legislature made our voice heard a few years ago via the heartbeat bill.
Do you think the public agrees with that position?
They sent us all back here. Every single person that voted for that bill came back, including me in Columbia, Missouri.
Are you going to be behind that effort to make it harder to change the Constitution?
Yeah, no, I've gone back and forth on this issue a little bit.
A lot of big choices on the horizon. In Jefferson City, Mark Maxwell, 5 on your side.
As far as gifts go, they're popular and convenient. They're also a present to scammers.
There's a lot of scams that are perpetrated where the scammer is asking for a gift card, such as like a grandparent scam or a utility scam.
Tonight, we're helping you make ends meet by uncovering the new tricks of scammers. The Battlehawks rising like a phoenix. Tonight, officials from the new UFL weigh in on why St. Louis is a football town.
Another frosty night in St. Louis, and it looks like it's going to stay frosty. I'll have the trend for you next.